It is the 19th of April, 2023, and we're looking at Panzerschreck Magazine Number 19, the summer from 2021, so it's a little bit old. I'm a little bit behind the times, but it's all good. Still available on Amazon if someone would like to get it. It's around 20 bucks, 18 bucks, something, I don't know. Something like that. It reminds me of an old school, real well done fanzine. It's very cool in that way. It has a lot of things it's talking about, right? And a lot of reviews, a lot of cool reviews you might want to read. Got this game, U-Boat Captain, which is also, I do believe it is if I'm not mistaken, they had a separate book where they made a solo game out of it. It is a solo game, but they made a game on its own out of it. A couple other things in here. A lot of good reading, but principally what I'm wanting to look at is the Battle of Cajamarca. 1532. And it's called, I don't like Batalla de Cajamarca. I don't like the Battle of Cajamarca. I learned it as the Massacre de Cajamarca. That's what I learned it as. And it's really where the emperor, the newly crowned, the newly won, the Incas had a civil war. Two brothers, the one Atahualpa in the Reino de Quito, which is in Ecuador, and the other one sat and ruled in Cusco. And the civil war, Huáscar was his name. I thought I forgot. And that civil war, Atahualpa came out the victor, but the Civil War really benefited the Spanish, as it always seemed to do. As you know, Hernán Cortés would have never taken Mexico without the help from other tribes, with the exception of the Aztecs, who hated the Aztecs, who raided them for sacrifices and a lot of other things. So, same here. Although the Incas were much stronger than the Spanish, but the Spanish were much bolder. And Pizarro, after Atahualpa wins that civil war, Pizarro invites him to Cajamarca. And at Cajamarca, they bring a huge army. Most of the army sits outside of the city proper. And really just a ceremonial army comes inside the walls. Not well equipped, only with hand axes, ceremonial purposes. They come in there, and the Spanish, under Francisco Pizarro and others, including Hernando de Soto, the one who discovered Mississippi River, they order the attack, and they kidnap Atahualpa and hold him for ransom at first, and they end up killing him by strangulation, as was the custom of the Spanish, but that was also what he asked for. And this is a game that's simulating that. And as a simulation, it's the Incas are going to have very little opportunity to win here. But there may be an opportunity, right? So the sequence of play goes requerimiento phase, that's the request phase, the preliminary attack phase, Spanish movement phase, Spanish attack phase, the Inca aggression index. They gotta their aggression has to get up way up, but if it does get up there, they're gonna have an easy time. That's the problem. They weren't aggressive. They were super not aggressive, and that's how they lose this. At any time, they could have, fought back and pretty much beat the Spanish, the small of the force the Spanish had. And the Inca relief phase, right? So here's the map. I haven't played this yet. I intend to do soon. Square map, not hexes, squares, which works well for a place like Cajamarca was. You got counters. There's the Inca aggression box. And we'll look at some of these designer notes, and then we'll be done. Where were the designer notes? Right here. with good strategy and barring bad luck, you should be able to duplicate Pizarro's victory in the actual battle. Battle in quotation marks. Absolutely, that's true. The Inca, incredibly, did not fight back, but were slaughtered by the hundreds. Yeah. They laid back to a whole different level. If they had fought back, they would have swamped the Spaniards, sure would have had, but they didn't, and this passivity cost them. Essentially, if the Inca aggression index reaches 35, that's the last box in that index, I do believe. The warriors in the plaza, plus several thousand outside, decide enough is enough and attack, and force the Spaniards to retreat. That's kind of cool. So if you can get their aggression up that much, I don't know how to do that, but I just wanted to share this with you today because it's a battle. It's a South American battle that if you've watched this channel long enough, you know that my love. Ecuador is really truly my home more than here is, even despite the way I may sound. We pretty much speak Spanish in my house as well, so we mix it up, I guess. My wife may speak English and I may speak Spanish, or vice versa, but we do speak a lot of Spanish around here, especially when the kids were young. But we still lived in Ecuador then, so. But yeah, it's what it is, man. Neat little game. Need to see more games. I'd like to see more games from fights in South America. There's a lot of good battles there. You see a few from time to time, independence from Spanish and so on. But there's a ton more than that. And that's one of them. And Panzerschreck Magazine's a neat little magazine. It is, like I said, Minden Games. Gary Graber is the principal mind at Minden Games. But you also got a lot of good reviews. It's worth, I think it's about $18 or something like that. I paid for it on Amazon. It's still available. You got two little games, two solitaire games, if that means anything to you. U-Boat Captain and the one we just looked at, Battle of Cajamarca. And